Hello, coaches. Welcome to the Coach C Basketball Analytics Podcast. In today's episode, The Mental Game, I'm discussing predictability in basketball, why many systems being used today are limiting player development, decision-making, and performance, and how basketball analytics connects directly to game IQ, mental preparation, and understanding the game. In my view, this still exists at all levels of basketball. Players are often expected to execute, not think. Run this, go from A to B, stay within the system. Everything becomes structured, patterned, and predictable. I used to play for coaches who were so structured without purpose that the goal became simply maintaining possession. We could not attack the basket or shoot before completing a certain number of passes. Players were taught where to go, what to run, and when to move, but not how to read the defense, react instinctively, or explore their own abilities within the game. And if we broke the play trying to create or react to what the defense was doing, we would be substituted. But the funny thing was that when games were on the line and things were not working, the players staying on the floor were always the ones with superior individual skills, instincts, and decision-making abilities. In the final minutes of games, there was often no play call. And even if there was, sometimes you could not hear the coach or there was no time to recognize the signal and execute it. At that point, the game belonged to the players. That is the contradiction. Players are controlled throughout the game, but when pressure increases and structure breaks down, the game depends on instinct, reactions, decision-making, and understanding. And this still happens today. Coaches want control, and many of the strategies being used today may maintain data, structure, and organization. But they are not always connected to data-driven goals that can actually level the playing field. Instead, many of these systems limit creativity, player development, and decision-making, and fail to develop the type of basketball IQ needed in today's game. Predictable basketball eventually stopped producing advantages because proactive defenses already knew what was coming. We used to break down film ourselves, and we knew exactly what teams were going to run in certain situations. End of the game. Baseline out of bounds. They needed a basket to win. We already knew what was coming. We stopped it. That is not luck. That is preparation meeting predictability. And that is where this connects to analytics. To me, analytics was never just about looking at numbers after the game. It was about understanding how to use possessions, rhythm, spacing, decision-making, and unpredictability to tilt the game in your favor while the game is being played. It is about monitoring and controlling your data-driven game plan goals during the game, not after the game is already over. Every game, regardless of the opponent, should be approached as an opportunity to win, not as an opportunity to learn lessons after losing. The lessons come afterward in understanding how to further improve your mathematical performance, your basketball analytics understanding, and your understanding of your players. Basketball analytics cannot become the same style of play everyone else is using. If every team is running the same actions the same way, eventually the game becomes readable. Running pick and roll plays over and over while the opposite side of the offense becomes stagnant only makes the defense's job easier. Positionless offense with data-driven purpose and intent is what creates advantages. Positionless offense with data-driven purpose and intent is what creates advantages. The objective is not simply movement or maintaining possession. The objective is to create advantages that can change the numbers of the game and help teams bridge the gap between talent levels. Data-driven basketball can eliminate many of the advantages teams appear to have on paper because on the court you are playing according to the numerical logic of the game. You are playing smart. You are playing with intent. Through possessions, rhythm, decision-making, and unpredictability, the game becomes more level. Freedom without purpose is chaos, but structure without allowing players to think, react, and explore their abilities against the defense becomes predictability. And predictable basketball favors the more talented team. That is why teams trying to close the gap must think differently. You have to develop players who can read the game, make decisions, adapt under pressure, and control rhythm. That is the mental game. That is game IQ, and that is basketball analytics. If you want to win games you are not supposed to win, you must create advantages through smart basketball, not predictable basketball. That is not luck. That is preparation. That is decision-making. That is understanding the game. Well, coaches, that wraps up today's episode. If this connects with you, I recently released my book, Win Games Through Data-Driven Game Plans on Amazon. where I go deeper into possessions, rhythm, decision-making, player development, and how analytics can help teams increase their chances of winning against more talented opponents. Go check it out. Thank you again for joining me in today's episode, The Mental Game, and I look forward to having you join us again in our next episode.